How's it going, everyone? Farm Boy Spence here. Welcome back to On the Farm. So it's currently Thanksgiving break. It rained the day before yesterday, but hopefully the ground is dry enough today. We're going to finish up harvesting soybeans. I'm not quite sure how much acres we lack, but I know it's a decent chunk. So hopefully later on this afternoon, we'll be able to cut some. Oh, and it's 38 degrees outside. Dixie, is this the part where you pretend to be cold for sympathy? Looks like Jackson's taking a load of soybeans to town. Dixie, hey. Go play with your friend. I don't think she's in the mood for a play date today. There you go, come on, find a path. So until we're ready to cut, they're gonna be taking loads of beans to town, so I need to fill up this loadout tank. But we've had several problems over the years with our dials getting stuck, so we really can't tell what the level of the tank is. So for this first load right here, I'm gonna climb up it and see, well, pretty much bang on it until it sounds hollow. I should have put on gloves. That metal is cold. So if we went off the dials, the tank is 2/3 of the way full. But when I went up there and banged on it, it was only at the first level, so that second dial is stuck. The first one might be as well too, but we know now from when I went up there and tapped on it a little bit, it's up to the first dial. Make sure this pit leg here is on 4, because it'd be a bad day if we didn't. A little more. All right. You hear that? That's the sound of profit. This is quite different. I'm normally not out here when we're doing beans, and I'm seldom out here when it's below 70 degrees. Are you wanting it to be a certain weight or just fill it up? Looks like we're just filling it up. All right, she's full. You good? It would appear Chad's racing trailer is almost in the way.
What are those orange flags?
Chad wants to know if we need that truck that's got a torn tarp on, if you want to bring it around, scale it in, and dump it. Because they're not going to take it to town, so he's wondering if we take it around, scale it in, and put what's in it, just go ahead and put it in the tank and park that truck with the torn tarp.
Yes, fine.
Okay. Here we go. Well, it's warm in here. I got the sweating in there. That heat was all the way up. Oh, she's a bit wet. Oh my goodness. And of course, there's water in it. Hey, Dixie, can you go grab the vacuum? She said no, so I guess I'll get it. Come here. Need to use your claws. Of all the things on the to-do list today, I did not expect vacuum maintenance to be one of them. Here you are, you pesky little soybean. Amazing. Okay, I need to scale this truck in, and Dad's laptop bag is not in here. Looks like they've given the combine some go juice. We had to actually fix that combine yesterday. There was a broken paddle on the grain elevator that takes the crops from the threshing area up to the tank, and there was a broken paddle on it, so we had to put that back on. I guess if you had thumbs, you'd be able to set the computer up for me, wouldn't you? I'm just playing with you, baby. I love having you around here. Wouldn't hurt to sweep the scales off every once in a while though. Turn the moisture tester on. As you can see, the computer password is very complicated. Okay, so this truck came off the Jeffries farm. Here we go. So we're gonna do the Sanderson method here, which is quadruple checking that everything's in the right spot. Huh. So when I started the computer up, the printer instantly spat out 2 commodity reports. So we're just dumping it. It's going all the way up top and right into the tank. Them beans are chilly. So Dad just left right now to go get lunch to deliver to Kent, Jackson, and Richard, who are currently in town waiting in line, which tells me that line is extremely long, so they probably won't be back here for a while. Soybean dust is a whole nother level of thick. So as of right now, there should be only 1.5 to 2 loads in the tank. And since this truck has a ripped tarp, we're not going to use it to carry loads across town, hence why we just unloaded it. So I'm going to go park in the shed over here. Like a glove. So this right here is the bean we're loading bins out of. My bad. This is the bin we're loading beans out of. Okay, so the knock-knock test tells us that the level of the beans is halfway up the 9th ring. And each ring holds about 6,000 bushels, so do the math. Oh yeah, look at them soybeans. Who is that guy? Got about 51,000 bushels in there. Now this field right here was corn that we harvested a couple months ago. Here they go. It's warmed up to a crisp 48 degrees. I guess there was less in it than I thought. Now, if that third dial gets stuck, we're kind of in a hole, because then we won't know when the tank is full. There we are. I don't know if y'all can see it, but the third dial flipped, which means it's not stuck and we got a full tank, so going good right now. So, now that we got the tank filled up, it's time for me to fill up. That's the "may I please have a bite" face. I suppose you can have the last bite. Here you go. Good, isn't it? All right, so here's what's going on. We're gonna start cutting beans up at the railroad farm. Kent and Richard are still gonna be taking some loads to town, but Jackson is gonna be taking beans from the railroad farm here to dump. And then Mr. Lauderdale is harvesting the Cliff Farm beans, helping us out, and he's gonna have trucks coming through here as well. So we're gonna have beans coming in to unload from 2 different farms, and I'm also gonna be loading out trucks to take to town. So it's gonna get pretty busy around here in a minute. And this is also when it's gonna be extremely important to pay attention to what position the duct is at, because position 1 is the pipe that we're dumping into the grain bin, and position 4 is the pipe that leads to the loadout tank. So when we switch from loading to unloading, we're gonna have to really pay attention to make sure that this number's right. Okay, just got a call from Chad, and he wants me to go ahead and load this Blue Mac and the white Kenworth right next to it. We're doing this so we have a couple loads we can take across town tonight, and we're doing it also to make some room in the grain bin, because there's about, I don't know, there's probably about 10 more truckloads that we can put in that bin before it gets full, so as much room as we can get is better. So see, I can take the Blue Mac and go around this way and take it to the pit, but this Kenworth right here, I really, really hope I can make this turn. We are about to find out. Not starting. That Kenworth's got a little bit of a battery issue, so we're gonna go ahead and load this Blue Mac first. This beeping is getting real old. So since nobody else is around here, I'll be doing both parts. I'll be loading it up and scooting it up. We're filling both hoppers up at the same time. That's called efficiency. All right, last little bit, I need to move up about 10 feet. I have no direct line of sight to the spout, and I still positioned it perfectly. And let's see how much we weigh. According to this, I really need to lose some weight. Now, about this Kenworth over here. So we're gonna need to take this casing off right here to get to the battery. It's alive. Oh yeah, we're making it. You're a piece of work, you know that? So after I pull this truck around, I'm gonna fill the loadout tank back up. Don't talk back to me. I'm sorry I didn't film this part, but I did not fix the battery in the most OSHA approved manner. I jiggled the connection port and turned the key at the same time. But as the old adage goes, if it works, it works. And it worked. And now we're gonna refill the grain tank. Looks like I got a customer. Since they're unloading, we're putting the pit leg on position 1. There we go. So this right here is the first load that we're getting off the railroad farm. There we go. So what had happened was there was a tiny amount of beans that were still in the truck, and overnight they pretty much solidified into one big clump. So had to break that up to get the grain to start flowing out of the truck. In you go. Our wheat here is coming along just fine. Just got a call from Dad, said one of Mr. Lauderdale's trucks is on the way, and those are coming from the Cliff Farm. Alrighty. There's our company. Now here's Richard with the truck from the railroad farm. Alright, so that truck's got emptied. Our grain leg is having an issue right now where grain starts falling back down after a few minutes of unloading. I'm not sure what it is. There might be some wet beans clogging something up there, or we might have a bucket loose, but we're gonna take it easy right now and unload just a little slower, so hopefully we won't exacerbate the issue. Now that is pretty. Okay, time to check the bin level again. I don't think we've ever had a bad sunset out here. It's like we barely put any in there. There goes Kent. Let's see what we look like here. Ooh, that's dusty. Of course. Now, ain't this a view right here? All right, time to go back down. Every bean's got to go in. Every single bean that gets wasted, that's a hundredth of a cent. And that's money. There is definitely something loose inside that grain leg. Here's our next one. That was Richard's last load of the evening. Here comes Dad. Temperature's back down to 46. I think the highest it got today was like 49. Should only be just a couple more, I think. Got another truck of the Lauderdales here. Good. So we pulled an empty truck up on here. We're gonna go ahead and load it so it's ready to go to town tomorrow morning. And then we have a loaded truck right here with beans that we cut at the railroad farm. Now the reason why we're not simply taking this load to town is because the moisture's too high, so it needs time to dry. But the problem we're having with our grain leg, we really do not feel comfortable running it anymore. So this truck is gonna spend the night here loaded, and this one's gonna get loaded. So we just ran a moisture test and it came back 14.9, which that's actually one of the lower values we've been seeing today, but it's still too wet to take across town. So Dad's gonna take it and park it in the shed, and then we're gonna shut down and be done for the night. All right, lights out. All right, that's gonna do it. You ready to go home? Yeah, you are. Oh, you're showing yourself out. Don't look at me, you're the leader. Everything good? Down one truck. Easy. So they got those 2 trucks out there. They're about to go to town right now. I know Chief's fueling, and I think Chad's putting air in the tires of this Mack. All right, I know y'all can barely see me, but hope y'all enjoyed watching this video. And happy Thanksgiving. It's Tuesday right now. Thanksgiving's on Thursday. But if you're watching this on Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. And if you're not, well, happy Thanksgiving still. Until next time, I'm Farm Boy Spence, and I'll see y'all.